Peekaboo! Happy Sunday! What's going on? All y'all, welcome to another edition of Sunday. You know, what happens once a week, whether you want it to or not, because that's how a calendar works. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Trust me, I am medicated today. How's it going? What's up? What's shaking? Go to bed. Go to bed? Dude, it's like 2:40 in the afternoon. What the hell? Shut up, Nate. What the hell's wrong with you? Wait, that's a long list. And Seamus is happy, which is a good thing. That's the first thing that came to my head. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't Moo, actually. I'm a little bit shocked by that, but that's alright. Lucky I've been off meds for 3 days now. It sucks. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I could see that sucking. On those days where I accidentally forget, or I tell myself, hey, I'm gonna remember it when my alarm goes off. I'll remember that once I get back to the other room. Yeah. And then I completely forget, and then by the time I realize it, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, shit. Probably should have been working night shift last night and slept more than an hour. Oh my god. I had that earlier this week when I accidentally double dosed myself for the first time ever. And yeah, I was just wired for sound at 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that was a good time. That was all of the fun. By that I mean none of the fun. Healthcare cyber attack and backlog. Really? I didn't hear anything about this. Also, hello. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How's things? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you been there, our lovely raw creature? What's the shaking in your leg of the universe? Shaking legs. I guess I just made that connection in my mind. Whatever. Because that's me. I do silly shit. Hey. We will get it out of the way early. Hey, you see this up here? If you guys want to have another rave, we want to get these donations coming in. Where are they going? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. Going to the Ronald McDonald House and Fostering Hope Animal Rescue. So once we get to 500, then we will set a date. So now you know. Also, the top donating person will be receiving a $50 coupon at the merch shop at squirreldad.com, where you can get a lovely jersey like this one here, or even the matching tumbler. Hey. But if the Squirrel Squad ain't your thing, and if you want to do the Dark City Demons, you can get that too, or the Mighty Meerkats, or the Rainbow Unicorn Mermaids. Whatever works, it's there for you. Taking our last one here in a few hours. Hopefully the doctor did call for more. Because she... sorry, don't know why I'm yawning there. She has Monday off. Yeah, I can't see that being a good time. I cannot see that being fun. But, I mean, if you got a call to get your stuff, then you got a call to get your stuff, right? Such as it is. I'm just going to do this to see if I can get rid of that. There we go. Okay, yeah. Anyway. I noticed that the YouTube Shorts version of the stream keeps going to unlisted, so I had to make sure that it was not unlisted today. Of course, I didn't notice that on Friday until afterwards. Oh well. Such as it is. You silly old man. That's enough out of you. Anime. Oh. What's with the yawning? I don't know what's with the... You know what it is? Because I blame Nate. It's because Nate said go to bed. That's why. I blame you, old man. You're not the boss of me. Good today. I finished college assignment first for open. Come on, go for a big global event today. I see. Cajun was having issues with them too. Yeah, Cajun also is typically a night shift kind of guy. So I don't know. I have no idea. Not so much doing the Pokemon Go as of late, so much as Pal World. But again, I have not logged into that in a few days, so that's something I should probably do at some point today. Tension and stress relief. See, you said the word. Ugh. God damn it, Raw. You said the word, and immediately I went, now you need to. Pal World is so fun. I'm enjoying that. Annie, I will time your ass out. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not, my usual cup of tea, but whatever. I'm getting a kick out of it. Jaysa is loving the hell out of it. They would write post-dated paper truck. Look. See, I scrolled past the word again. God damn it. Normally I'm better at controlling that. After fixated on it for like a week, haven't touched it since. Still worth $30. Yeah, how much did I get into it? When was the last time I played? Like, last Wednesday or Thursday or something? Or Tuesday, maybe? I don't know. It's been a few days, anyway. Again, I've been all caught up in the music rabbit hole, because that's how that happens. Yeah, about that. Oh, and yeah, I know you guys were doing the server change and stuff. Let's get logged on Pokemon account. Takes me ages to remember to get my login info. Yeah, there's that. What the fuck? I've been up for hours. I have not yawned at all. And then now... anyway. He was working on it. Go to bed. Fuck that. Tell Nate to go to bed. Did Jaysa hit level 40 yet? I don't know. Jaysa, what level are you in Pal World? You are at level 40. There you go. 41. Oh boy. Binging Warframe. I just got Hogwarts Legacy with a deep discount, so I don't feel bad about who benefiting so much. That's fair. You're too poor for it. Well, I mean, I was too, so I actually have to thank Fee for buying it for me. The other day, I feel like I barely scratched the surface on the store. God damn it. Yeah, Game Pass. That's the one that you have it on Game Pass. Yeah, that's the one that Jaysa is playing. She's playing my Game Pass version. So like that version is like all hers. And then I've got the Steam version. Buy it from Humble Bundle and proceeds go towards charity. That's actually a really good idea too. That is a really good idea. And when it first came out, I wasn't going to make a big deal about it because I know there are a lot of people that are, they're right into like the whole story, but they don't want to, they don't get all mixed up in the, shall we say, the politics of it and who and whatnot. And if they spent the money on it, I didn't shit on them for it because I mean, I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum. I started grabbing all the NPCs. Well then, fully bought all the rights and profited from the game. Ah, maybe that's what I heard as well too. Yeah, because I remember I wasn't making as big a deal out of it. Pure grind in my opinion. Well, I mean, aren't all games? What happened to my knee? During that almost 30, I have next to no cartilage between my knees. Oh, my wife actually, she had rolled her ankle so many times in the past few years that basically all of her ligaments, like all of her tendons and ligaments and whatnot, are pretty much shot. So they put some K-tape on her, and the physiotherapist said that if this helps, it essentially means that you're gonna have to have surgery, and it helped. So, yeah, wife's apparently gonna be looking at another surgery. Good times. Sits behind the lurker curtain. I didn't know there was one. There's a really good bundle of odd puzzle games on Humble. Is there? I I don't have a subscription to Humble or anything like that, but I do love checking out when they have new bundles. Anytime that I can remember to check them out, because reasons. But yeah, I always love checking out the deals and whatnot that they have. I'm not 30 until May. Surgery scared the shit out of me. Okay. But yeah, Humble Bundle, I've got a few things from them in the past. Some audio programs and a few game packs and some audio books and stuff like that. I love them. Have a subscription, gotten good value out of it. No doubt. I keep forgetting to check to see what's going on Humble. I haven't checked recently. I think I checked about a month ago. And what did they have? They had, the hell was it? It was a really good book set. But of course, it's always hit and miss for me, right? For like a lot of the learning material and whatnot. It's like all of these books and courses, you could become like a cybersecurity expert, blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to read the fucking books. I know that. I met me. I know how I work, right? The idea is there. I would love to sit down and read all of this shit and become like this, veritable expert on whatever it is. And in a lot of cases, when you have a really big interest in something, yeah, the ADHD brain loves to do that, right? It'll become a veritable fucking expert on something pretty much overnight. And then you'll forget everything within a week, kind of thing. Or, in my case, I can't sit down and read the books because I'll get like 2 pages in and then forget what was on the previous page. In previous bundles, a ton of games too. Good tech reference books and comics too. See, that's more something that I think I'd be a little more inclined to get, is more like comics and tech reference stuff. I love having the autism gut issues. I don't. Thankfully, I don't have too many of them. But I know many people that do. Ugh. Yikes. And you turn the shelf. Fast refresher. Yeah. Well, I think about, like, the example that I always use is when it comes to, like, audio production and music stuff, right? The amount of things that I have learned over the past 25 years, and the amount of things that I have forgotten in that time, right? And there are new producers that I have forgotten more shit than they have learned. And I still, every now and again, have to go back to YouTube to remind myself, hey, how the fuck do I do this? Right? Or with, animation stuff and After Effects and etc., etc. It's such a pain in the ass. I don't know about the anxiety. They'll talk you through it. Doctors have been very willing to, anyway. I think it. I think it always depends on the doctor. But yeah, like with one example I have is like cosplay stuff, right? Making like foam armor and shit. I'm sure I could probably sit down and still make a good one, but it's investing that time into it in order to, come up with something good or whatever, or have the time where it's not gonna interrupt something else. Yeah, treat me like a grade 5. So do I. I miss having the ability to do it. I miss having the ability to go to a con and not feel like I'm gonna fall over every 10 minutes. That's what I hate. Hyperfixation wise. Yeah, I've got a 3D printer that it was giving me problems, so I gave it to a friend of mine to help me fix it, and it's been sitting in his house for like 4 years. And it's world detergent. Don't forget about that stuff. I thought peace sells was like, unfortunately, no, because DMCA and all that shit. It's biking even though it hurts my back then too, yeah. The last one that I went to, I went with Shoost and Moose and Rachel, and yeah, I had to like sit down after 10 minutes. I couldn't do it. It was a game. What was it? It was a game convention, like 2 years ago. But yeah, I haven't been able to go just because like I just can't fucking handle it. I can't. My body can't take the all the walking. Right? I may have to invest in a little hot rod scooter. Then just ripping around, running people over and shit. Beep beep, coming through, bitch. And they're too peoply. That as well. Because it got bigger, 2 different halls. Yeah, fuck walking all that for 4 days. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. Well, hello, and welcome back, Dominica. How art thou? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Just go with Professor X. I mean, I might be able to pull that off. Maybe. But I would want that funky yellow one that he has. Codename Wheels. Actually, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. I could probably pull that off, to be honest with you. Go full on King Neptune? Okay. Google. That's TDQ. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny you say that because I've got not a copyright strike, but a copyright, a content ID claim on something that I had put together for the SQRL channel, and yeah, the guys won't relinquish it, even though it's just a drum loop, but it's one that I got from Splice, and they still won't fucking relinquish it, even though I have the license for it. They're like, nope. Okay. Met a cool down before bed. Nice. Grocery list for tomorrow. My wife is off in Calgary today, hitting up some of the little markets, and she tends to come home with like these giant pallets of fucking blueberries and strawberries and shit like that that she gets for like $2, $2 a box kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I could see you being alternate universe Professor X. I think I could probably manage that. I'm not shaving for it, that's for sure, but I'll do it. Custom tricot I can swap between electric. Yes. Nice. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, it's a real dick thing, but I mean, if because it's TuneCore, the distributor themselves, that has the content ID on it, right? So, and I've heard nothing but nightmare stories of those guys. I actually distributed with them for a very, very short period of time. Like, very short. Juice is Deadpool in this chair. Nice. No idea how to properly store them long term. We've got a deep freezer for it. Hello! Hi, V, what's shaking? How's your Sunday and shit? But yeah, we got a deep freeze for all that stuff. Any type of strike? Thankfully, I don't have any strikes, but it is all the content ID stuff. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of problem when I'm trying to get ones that are either copyright-free stuff or stuff that I have the license for, typically I don't have a problem with it. I can usually get it dealt with relatively quickly, and we're talking like inside of a week kind of thing. Like for some of the vocals that I got off of Splice that other artists use, right? No big deal. That's what they're there for. But typically I can get those handled relatively quickly. But in this case, I'm actually really shocked that TuneCore, of all fucking companies, is not going to relinquish it. So I kind of want to keep fighting it, but I don't know how well that's going to work out for me. So, but that said, it's on a channel that's not monetized. So, I mean, what's worse that's going to happen? Oh no, you're going to take 0 from it. Oh no. Oh no, I'm just gonna have to go crawl into a corner and cry. Oh no. What? What's with the face, Nate? And I mean that as a general term, because I can't. No, well, no, it's because you were the one you were born with. You were the one you were. Wow, English, not my first language apparently today. That's all right. That's okay. We're just going to keep moving on. Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of which, if you happen to be peering over on YouTube, hey, make sure you get a like on the video for me, will ya? Give me a thumbs up on there and help a guy out. Hey, thanks. And we will see how well the monetization works on that. They seem to do limited ads on the lives. I wonder why that would be. I can't think of a reason. It couldn't be the level of profanity that comes out of my word hole. No, that wouldn't be it. Oh well. Okay. Just remind me after the stream. Or send me a DM now to remind me for later. But yeah, I find that now that I'm part of the Google Can Pay Me Club, they put limited ads on the live streams. I guess I'm okay with that because I mean I've met me. I know how I am, right? I'm not gonna grief them for, you know, wanting to be a little more protective because I have a bit of a potty mouth. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with it. It's cool. It's cool, right? Or the things like the AI. But have you met you? Yes, I have actually. Every day. I've met me. I know how I think. It's true. It is totally true. Or in the case of like the AI, you know, like the sound of silence and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna bitch. Yes, I am going to monetize it. Yes, I am aware that I am not going to see a penny out of that. And yes, I am perfectly okay with that. Right? If it does generate money, it should go to the writers of the song, right? Don't forget that you're all amazing and that you all matter. 100%. Since you believe me every time everybody, how awesome. Well, you know what? That's shush. That's shush. I will time your ass out. I would ask Chaos to do it, but Chaos probably, you know, agrees with you and won't do it. So there. You're not the boss of me. Boss in the stream, though. Did you stream today? I mean, that's all right. I'll take your word for it. I don't have the viewer numbers up on Twitch. Actually, the way I have it set up, I can't see the numbers on YouTube either, so I have no idea. You know, it could be 0 for all I know. I know Seamus is hanging out in the YouTube somewhere. But yeah, I'm a big advocate of don't tell me the numbers. Because it went from 1 to 7 hours. Oh my god. Look at the stream avatars. Yeah, that's one way to give me an indication, but I don't count them. Pretty sure Shoes is the boss of the stream. Well, not today. Shoes is off with the family. Were you talking about the last vid on your YouTube? Just like and sub. Hey, thanks. The last vid on my YouTube? I I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Do you mean like the AI cover one that I did? What was that, the one of the Optimus Prime or Darth Vader ones? I can tell you the numbers are greater than 1. I'm okay with that. I'll accept that. I don't like as a streamer, I don't like having my Twitch numbers up, right? So I can't tell what the actual viewer number is. And that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I give to somebody who's a brand new streamer is don't. Oh, the Dark Side series one. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, when it comes to the numbers, right, I don't like seeing the numbers because if the numbers are better than last time, then it gives me anxiety and it forces me to think like, well, shit, I have to like up my game, blah, 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 you know, put undue anxiety and stress. Whereas if the number is lower than last time, or even, you know, just watching numbers fluctuate over the course of a stream, it's like, oh, what am I doing wrong? You know, if the numbers drop or something, right? What am I doing wrong? I need to do something better. You know, it's just, it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day, right? If people want to hang out and in a just chatting stream, if people want to hang out, they're gonna hang out, right? If they've got other places to be and other stuff to do, that's fine. Or if people, you know, if you've got good numbers but your chat isn't really going, people are lurkers. I'm good with that. As somebody who advocates for body doubling, I know that sitting and listening to a stream in the same way that listening to a podcast can actually help you be productive. And I'm going to pick on the bus right now, actually. Even though the bus does engage, I know that the bus is also body doubling right now because they are crocheting, as they said. Like, you know, they gave me the heads up right out of the gate. They never have to, but they always do. You know, I know they're crocheting for now, and then I know that on the self-care break that they're going to phone the pharmacy, and then after that, they've got other stuff to do. But they're here and they're listening, right? I was listening to Tiger stream while folding laundry earlier today. Yeah, there you go. I do that with a lot of streams, and I have zero problem with that. I know that there was a big controversy with a lot of streamers that bitch about, oh, well, if people are lurking, they're not contributing to the stream, therefore, you know, my numbers aren't as good. Oh, shut the hell up, right? The people are still there for you. They are still part of your core audience, right? Why are you bitching about people that, well, they don't engage so much? So what? They got shit to do. Leave people alone. See, Vespa's on a lurk right now. Cool. Yeah, I lurk. There you go. Or that was exclamation mark. Magical joys of Bluetooth headphones. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up on some of what I was missing while I was rambling there. Don't look at the numbers. I'm just going by how many avatars are floating around. And you know what's funny though is I actually kind of tuned them out, to be honest with you. Just because they're always there, right? So I don't think about it too much. Middle of eating, so that's fair. And yes, stupid brain memes. I listen to remind myself to take self-care breaks. And you know what? If that is something that you can pull out of the stream. Sven, welcome aboard. And also, let's have a little hydration, shall we? And of course, Dan got a squirrel punk mode in there too while I wasn't looking. I should be all caught up. I'm here listening, waiting on anxiety meds to kick in since the brain decided Sunday at 5 p.m. was a great time to freak out about my lack of productivity over the weekend. That sounds vaguely familiar. Okay, all right, cool. Well, in that case, welcome to my YouTube. I lurk or dominate. I mean, that's fair. God damn it. Alright, what are we doing today? Today we are going to do a little R2 action. That's what we're going to do. Siri, give me a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
There we go. Perfect. And now, Just for you, even though I'm wearing the Squirrel Squad today. One Meerkat dab coming up. Ready? Hey, boinga, boinga. Beautiful. What's productivity? Rocky asked if he can eat it. Yes, Rocky can eat it. What is productivity? Something that I did not have a whole lot of yesterday. Because, yeah, I think just banging out that one track in like one day kind of burnt me a little bit. So yesterday was kind of just a like sit and watch YouTube kind of day. Honestly, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but this is what I am feeling as it pertains to me. I feel like yesterday was a PDA reaction. And it was, well, no, he's not in my pocket, he's in my head. But I feel like yesterday was a PDA reaction because after that, and I was trying to tell myself I wanted to play a game or something, right? And I did. I wanted to sit and play a game to try and relax. And it was because I told myself that I wanted to play a game, it felt like a demand, therefore I did not do it. I couldn't make myself do it. I had Steam opened up. I was looking over a list of games that I wanted to play. Right, I could have got into Power World, or I could have tried to. I could have got into Red Dead. I could have got into, you know, fucking My Friend Pedro, which, by the way, awesome game. If you guys haven't tried out My Friend Pedro, and if you're into like the little shooter, side-scroll shooter games, that game is hilarious. I'm all for it. If not, just for the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just banging. I'm all about it. Anyway. Point being, I had Steam open, I'm looking at this list, and I wanted to play a game, and I could not make myself do it. Right? This isn't just a case of down in the PlayStation in the front room, well, I can't do it because there are stairs there. No, I was right here. I'm sitting right here. I've got Steam open. I could have just fucking click, play, good to go. Nope, told myself I wanted to do it. It felt like a demand. I couldn't do it. And it pissed me off so much because I want to play something. Alright, catch up on Danielson. I wish I'm taking advantage of YouTube buffering earlier instead away from the computer. Oh no. Here's a problem. Having a list of games to choose from. That doesn't help either. You're right, Will. That does not help either. That's just asking for trouble, right? I try and limit it down to like a couple, right? Like two or three that I'm actively playing. Right now it's My Friend Pedro, Pal World, and Red Dead Redemption. That's it. Relatively simple. A list of 3 out of a giant ass list. But if it's just a list of 3, it should make it easier to pick. No, doesn't always. My days are laid in bed for hours thinking about how much I need to do this one second. I allow myself to do that thing. I get up and do every other thing. Right? Have a similar day when I went to watch a show. Same. Right? I need to catch up on season 3 of The Witcher. I need to watch Invincible season 2. There's a couple other things that I'm trying to watch right now, and can't do it. Want to replay all of Portal? Portal's an amazing game. I love Portal. Have the ability to turn purchase games into desktop paperweights. Hey. I know that feeling real well. I've actually got, right down here, I have got the box edition of Spore that I have not played recently. And I even have a couple of add-ons for it. I've got like the cute and the fuck is it? It's like the cute monsters and the crazy monsters that you can turn them into, and then I have another expansion pack for it. Really good game. I always love that game, as simple as it is. Invincible season 2 is out. As far as I know, is it? Or is it coming out like right away? Cute and creepy. Thank you. Any fellow Miraculous Ladybug fans out there? Jason was for a while. Downloaded all the old Half-Life games because they were 99 cents a piece. I did not, but I should have. 4 episodes released. Just checked. Perfect. See? And, you know, and that's That's something that I want to catch up on that. I thought that show was great. I'm all about that kind of superhero where it's a little more grounded in reality. As in reality as an alien, you know. But I mean, like, a little more gritty and whatnot. No, that's on Amazon Prime. Catching up with Picard, no need to catch. Picard was awesome. I'm all about Picard. I'm not just a big Star Wars nerd, I'm a big Trek nerd too, so. And yes, you can be both. For anybody who's like, well, you're gonna be one or the other. No, you don't. Like what you like. You're stupid, but I'm still on it. When did the R2 had go on? I don't know, like 6 minutes ago. I gave myself a 5-minute timer and took it off. I'm all about my little steampunk hats. It's just the bigger ones right now I can't wear with the headphones. So, I mean, because otherwise I'd totally be, you know, I'd totally pop on my Mario hat, steampunk Mario. It's still one of my favorite ones that I've ever made. Right now, we now have ads unless we pay an extra $3. Yeah, Prime. Worf had more midichlorians than Anakin. Right now, the Bad Batch, actually. It took me, because when it dropped, there were 3 episodes, and I wanted to watch them right away. And I couldn't, because I was in the middle of doing music stuff, right? So I held off until, like, Friday night, Saturday. Waves at being a Star Wars, Trek, and Stargate fan. There you go. I didn't get as big into Stargate as the other ones, but I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it. We can buy those episodes. I'm proud of taking care of myself by laying back down and taking a nap instead of doing other work. Good job, Chris. I think you said you were caught up on Bad Batch now. What night was that? Because, yeah, I was sitting in a VC with you guys while I was watching that. I think that was Saturday, or not Saturday, Friday, wasn't it? Andor is awesome. Yep. Kenobi. I liked Kenobi. I thought Kenobi was really good. Andor was far better than it had any right to be. 3 episodes in, fucking awesome. Nice. Game Pass and Prime started charging sales tax. None of my other subs do. Huh. Yeah, no, it wasn't last night. No, it would have been Friday then. Yeah, I'm all caught up effective Friday. So now it's like, okay, now I gotta wait for the next episode. And I'm waiting on bated breath for season 2 of Andor, which will be later this year. And there were so many people that said, oh, it's just boring and blah, blah, blah. No, are you kidding me? That feels like one of probably the most authentic back to the roots release that I think they've had since the sale. And it's not something that just revolves around Jedi. Yay. Whatever Liam Neeson's character name was in Star Wars, he was my... that would have been Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, Star Wars horror movie about either Star Wars or Project Blackwing. I don't know if they would do something like that under the Disney umbrella, but that'd be interesting. Mind you, I think they're kind of weaving some of that in with in Ahsoka. They brought in the Night Sisters and the zombie troopers a little bit. Couldn't remember how to spell his name. QUI-GON JINN. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Made a big batch of curry sauce on Saturday. Oh, wow. Couple one of his friends said it was excellent. Nice. Very nice. Have you seen Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal? I have seen the memes for it, but I have not actually seen... Is that on a service? Because I keep meaning to. That's another one that I have the urge to watch. There we go. Unbearable weight of massive talent. There we go. They barely knocked the dust off Servant of the Night Sister, let alone scratch it. Oh, for sure. For sure. But I mean, like, the fact that they are actually... I didn't rent it on Prime. Okay. Then, I know a site. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And, yeah, Jay, actually, if that was an option, I wouldn't mind being frozen and thawed out in maybe 50 years when they can, you know, fix all of this. You know, a large ship sailing the seven seas. I have heard of one. However, there is actually, maybe I'll shoot you a link later. There's a specific one that I go to. Send me the recipe. Well then. 5 tubs in the chest freezer for later. Huh. Feel free to post that receipt down in, or that recipe down in recipes if you feel like sharing. But yeah, Will, kind of the same idea. I was driving, then walking into work. And now you're at work. I love how I still learn new English words. Thaw, what's that? Unfreeze. About to say hi, sees Chris slowly. I keep wishing that Google would just do something. There's actually a site out there to help with that. What did I miss Angie saying? Website, just watch. We'll tell you if something on. Hey, there we go. Can you DM that to me? Angie, you are just like the fucking... You're the bomb when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I still go back and check. What the hell is it? Is there any deal? Actually, I have that in a tab. I have it bookmarked, but I have the tab open for it too. I guess I need to wear a hoodie. Hey, well, I mean, I know of a place that has some pretty cool hoodies. How long did it take? Yeah. Not very long, I'm guessing. Maybe smarter. You didn't know what thaw meant? Have you ever heard of the term when they're talking about weather and they call it a freeze-thaw cycle? It's when during the day it's just warm enough to melt some of the snow into like liquid water, and then at night it freezes over again because it dips below zero, and then back during the day it starts to thaw again. Yeah, thaw means to unfreeze. I should get a Dark City Demon hoodie. I should double check to see if I have one. Then again, I watch weather and news in French. I mean, there is that. Recipe is Joshua Weissman's katsu curry sauce. Okay, yeah, cool. That'd be interesting. Thaw equals melting. Yeah. Yeah, melting. It is to defrost, essentially. Freeze-thaw cycle is the best time to harvest maple sap. That's good. I don't know because I don't live around maple trees. You might need a dadding. Uh-oh. Do you need a dadding? Yeah, did it call... How many of you have a to be sorted folder or multiple that never gets sorted? Okay, first off, fuck off. God damn it, Will. Do I have one? No. I don't have only one. Actually, you know what I typically name them? If you look on just about any one of my external hard drives, there is a folder that is called transfer, XFER. And that is all the shit that is in excess that needs to be sorted and figured out to which place I need to put it. but I have one of those on just about every hard drive that I have, is a transfer folder. Yeah. I call it my X folder. And yeah. Everything I own has to be sorted. Yeah. Not just the folders. Not just that. I've also got notepads. Countless notepads that need to be reorganized from time to time. And I keep meaning to do it, and then I never get around to doing it, because there are times when I have the energy to do it, and I look at it, and then the brain freaks out and goes, too much, right? I've got, okay, so on this one notepad that I'm looking at right now, I use this as my stream notepad, like I'm talking like it's the Windows sticky notes. I have 3 of them that are up at like just about all times. This one here, I've got them sorted into 3 different colors, okay? Yellow is my stream one that I have here. Purple is a music one. And what is the pink one? I need to open it. Oh, okay, that's for a specific project that I'm working on. Okay, but the yellow one here, I usually use for like stream related stuff. All the culture I don't share with the rest of the country is crazy. Imagine how I feel as somebody who lives out in the West, who doesn't fit out here. I know what you mean, Annie. Anyway, so yeah, this is right at the top of it. I have got an important to do in big bold letters, and one of them is it was a video that I saw on cleaning up your YouTube channel. Abbas, hello, how are you doing? I hope I got your name right there. If I didn't, please forgive me. What the hell fucking song is this? This is cool. I like this. Interesting. Anyway. But yeah, so I've got that, right? And it is just loaded with other information for shorts and information for ADHD related stuff that I wanted to talk about that I forgot to delete, or other things that, like, with the fundraiser and stuff like that. It has got like just loaded with notes. And I keep thinking about it. You start making subfolders that still never gets organized. Nope. Done popped the recipe in the Discord. Thank you very much. Hello, what do we got here? Nipple Man. Well, there's a name for you right there. I mean, in fairness, all men do have nipples. It's true. Yay, Doom folders. That's exactly what it is. Thankfully, I've gotten better at looking at my to-do list. You know what? That's been there for 6 months. Apparently, it's not that important. Delete it. I'm slowly getting a little bit better at that as well. Can we call you Nips? Is that like Snips? None of you. Okay, well, I mean, like, we're all born with them. Maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline, and maybe they're nipples. Because you never know. But yes, I've started to get a little bit better with it. But, not fantastically. You milk me, Greg. And do that with my apartment. I want to do that with my office. But I have such a problem with it. Like, I look at it and just get overwhelmed. Right? We were actually talking about this when we went for dinner the other night with Schuster and Panda. We were talking about our doom piles and our offices and our personal spaces where we've got all of the doom piles all over the place. And, my office is one of the biggest ones. Right? I can have it organized, and then 6 months down the road, it's another case of, like Will was talking about with, by the way, I'm talking about the speed week if you don't catch that, but was talking about with, the folders of disorganized shit. It's the same here, right? Like, I will throw something on the shelf and say to myself, okay, this needs to go here, this stuff needs to be organized this way, whatever. And then, like, 6 months becomes a year, becomes 2 years, and then you walk in and you're so bloody overwhelmed when you're looking around. You're like, I can't do this, right? My office gives my wife anxiety, no shock, and she has said to me for years, I'm going to go into your office and I'm going to clean it up. And I tell her, no, the hell you are not. You absolutely are not, because if you move something and I don't know where it is, I'm going to freak. Everything here is here for a reason. Even the shit that is in my my drawers, the stuff on the back shelf here, I know where the vast majority of my stuff is, right? She'll come in and ask me for like electrical tape. I know where it is. I've got a little thingy sitting up there and it's in the middle shelf. Right? Don't move my shit. I'll never find it again. However, I have given her permission. She is not going to throw anything out, and she's just gonna make time to do it, but she's gonna help me with it. She's gonna come in here and do it one pile at a time, right? Damn it, V. Just damn it, V. Anyway, she's gonna come and help me with this stuff. She's not gonna throw anything out, but she's gonna run it past me, right? What is this? Where does it go? Do you need it? I need full documentation of the location movement. Yeah. First, we were told to take pictures of each room, upload them, name, and shame ourselves. To some degree, but I feel that would have to be in the server. You realize that if you realize what a dumb move on behalf of the persecutor that was, right? Because if you take pictures and you upload them to the station, you realize that instead of shame, you're going to get a whole bunch of people that go, yeah, I got a room like that. What kind of shame is support and being able to relate to it? Yes, that's very shameful. My mom used to clean and reorganize stuff. My wife does that with Jasa. And on one hand, I know that Jasa prefers it because that means that she doesn't have to do it. But on the other hand, I worry about, because my mom used to do that with me too. I worry about how that's going to set her up as an adult. I never feel bad for brain pus. My room's currently in shambles. It's okay. It always makes sense. No, they don't. And you know what? That's fine. Your doom piles are your doom piles. They are yours. We all have them. And don't feel bad for it. Everybody in this chat, on all the platforms, everybody here has got doom piles. And I bloody well know you do. Telling me that you don't is probably a lie to yourself. Unless you just organize. Initially, they wanted to upload to Facebook. Okay, well, Facebook is just like toxic, period. My parents and I would fight over my room screaming contest until my mom would get fed up and help. Yeah, mine too. I have a huge one behind me. Yeah. Imagine every streamer, you know. Clear one. Off camera, yeah. Well, Katiosaurus has done that. Has showed, you know, the space. I mean, I don't even bother. But anyway, all right. I see that we are coming up on a self-care break here. So here's what we're going to do. For those of you that are new and don't know the routine, we take a self-care break every hour. So we're going to do that. Go get some water or a snack, or go to the bathroom, stand up, have a stretch, do what you got to do.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Self-care break. Take care of you for a minute, and we will be right back.
Welcome aboard.
conditioner give you COVID?
Did you eat some gummy bears and couldn't stop shitting for 3 days?
Did you attend a funeral and get locked in the casket when getting a last-minute cuddle with Aunt Gertrude? I'm JP Schuster.
And I'm CB Mooster. And we're here to fight for you. Automotive accidents,
Medical malpractice.
workplace injury.
Robbed a weed shop.
Call Schuster and Mooster at 1-800-MOBSTER.
Hey, I'm talking here.
Go home, Vinny.
Schuster and Mooster.
Attorneys at law.
We're high as fuck.
Who drank my sunscreen?
By hiring Schuster and Mooster LLC, you acknowledge that no one should act or refrain from acting based solely upon the legal advice provided by Schuster and Mooster LLC, without first seeking much better qualified legal and/or professional advice.
This is a real law office, I swear. We attended the bar exam. I have my drink right here. Did you light your dorm on fire trying to ignite farts?
Did your neighbor trim their grass and your toes?
Getting a divorce because you fucked around and they found out?
I'm JP Schuster.
And I'm CB Mooster.
And we're here to fight for you.
Automotive accidents.
Medical malpractice.
Workplace injury.
Accidental amputation.
Call Schuster and Mooster at 1-800-DUMPSTAR.
How did our phone number end up like this?
I don't know, I just work here. Schuster and Mooster.
Attorneys at law.
My dad worked at a bakery.
We'll go to great heights for you.
Unless you're Cass, then it's regular height.
By hiring Schuster and Mooster LLC, you acknowledge that no one should act or refrain from acting based solely upon the legal advice provided by Schuster and Mooster LLC, without first seeking much better qualified legal and/or professional advice.
I love you, Chaos. I'm just putting that out there. My boss is really good. I figured I knew way to do this. Okay, what did I miss? Sorry, just catching up. I had to throw the dogs outside because as soon as we were in the middle of the first Schuster and Mooster, I sat down. I was getting ready to, like, bring it back, and Tabine come up beside me and started whining. I'm like, oh, give me a fucking break. Anyway, all right. Where are we here? The idea of June bugging. Okay. It's okay to have shit in your drawers too. I hate when I wake up and I find out that somebody shit in my pants. There's nothing worse than having somebody else shit in your drawers. Running stock carts, set aside boxes, organize all the merch. Loading in the most organized Doom landfill. That's kind of cool, actually. If shit in your drawers, you need to change your pants, possibly invents into diapers. How are you feeling today, Chris? Depends. Autism hates it. ADHD is unorganized and unmedicated. We also inherit the hoarder trait from our pop. I kind of feel like I have that a little bit. Don't tell my wife that I admitted that because she has been telling me that for years. You're just a hoarder. Well, I mean, I'm not a top level hoarder, but I'm there. Chris went straight for the jugular. All right, we're gonna figure out a new way to do this. No shit. Cut his reaction. Fuck you, D. That's all I gotta say to you. All right, Chris. June bugging. Let's hear what you got. I hate when I clean and I lose. You clean and you lose stuff. Yeah. Honey, who shit in my pants? Yeah. Love you too. Yeah. Good afternoon. Hey, how you doing there, Gemini? Gemini 592. Just because we have another Gemini in the community as well. How are you doing? They're not here right now, so I'm just going to call you Gemini. So not to be confused with the other Gemini. June bugging, the idea that when you start cleaning the space, pick one thing to clean. Okay. June bugging is the idea that when you start to clean the space, pick one thing to clean up. If you walk into I'm going to clean up my shoes, put them away. So the same idea as like long ago when we got Jason to clean up her room, right? Go in there and start with picking up, I think back then it was like Shopkins, right? So like pick up all of those, then pick up all of the Lego, then pick up all of the, the Barbie clothes, then all of the stuff like that. I can relate to that. I'm doing okay. How are you? I'm doing actually really good today. You're not the Google AI, are you? Well, if you are the Google AI, then hey, sweet. I'm glad you noticed that I've started using you a lot more lately. And a cookie truck coming through. Cookies for everybody. Grab yourself a cookie. I hope maybe you got yourself a coffee or a glass of milk to dip it in. But yeah, cookies for everybody. Including you, Seamus. I know you wanted one earlier. But literally one thing I have the video. Okay, you'll have to send that to me afterwards so I can get a better idea. And down a rabbit hole about milk and comments. That's all right, Chaos. We've met. I know how you are. And yes, I do love you and deal with it. Also, dear cat. Oh, you hear the cat? I don't hear the cat. You return to the same spot. So, okay. Then back to the bedroom. Ah, I see it. I'm still a mess when it comes to tidying up. My mom always did my laundry for a long time. Pile laundry. My wife does a massive doing pile laundry. Mine actually is very similar, Dominica. I have a hamper for my stuff. I would, and I always feel bad about it because for years I was the one who did the laundry, right? But because my body is turning into this, whatever the fuck is happening with it, I can't do the stairs anymore. Now I'm on the top level of our house. We live in a 4-level split. The laundry is all the way down in the bottom level. I can't make it all the way down there anymore. Or at least not easily, right? So the wife does all of the laundry. And I feel bad for that because, that's just one more fucking thing that my wife has to do, right? Going through all the paper and decide what needs to be kept, what needs to be shredded, thrown away. I may or may not have approximately 12.6 boxes. I agree with you. I am the worst for that. I still have notes from when I was, I don't want to say as far back as high school, but at least for the last 20 years. Notes of like stories that I've written and doodles that I've done that I want to keep. I've got so many of those. And some account build. Cool, Gothic, do what you're gonna do. Jasa, can you deal with him, please? I'm not seeing my squirrels. I see rubble shoots. Hi, Lenny. How are you? I'm not seeing my squirrels. I see. Oh, okay, right there. That's because the plan is, and the only reason I haven't put them up yet is because it takes a. Speaking of physical ailments and whatnot, is I plan on putting them above my door here. Like I've still got them sitting right here. These wonderful works from Raw. So right now it's like they're my little comfort buddies that are sitting beside me. But yeah, the plan is to put them above my door. All right, let's see here. Multiple hampers just covers the fact that it's taking the laundry out of the dryer and putting it with 2 separate actions that will never occur on the same day. I think that is, I feel the about the door pain. But, yeah, the 2 separate actions that won't happen on the same day. Yeah. Even from my wife, right? She hates folding laundry, right? If there's anything that she does hate with, like, the burning passion of 1,000 suns, it is folding laundry. So, yeah, she'll bring it up. And there are days that it'll just sit in the fucking hamper. Home in time to tune in. Well, welcome home. Got some paint on the walls, too. Fair enough. Fine drying. Washing, fine. Drying, fine. Fuck folding. The old bin of school stuff that I kept when my mom's finally sorted it out. Sorted it out last year. That's fair. We have robots for everything else. Give me a damn mass market clothing folding robot, right? I would totally be down for that. Like in the same way that in the Will Smith movie, I Am Robot. Is that what it was? Based on the Dick Short, was it? Dick Short. Oh, they're out there and they're gonna look super expensive. Yeah, I can see that. Roommate yells at me because I totally forgot about my laundry. I mean, that happens, right? And let's be honest, how many of us have had to rewash stuff because it got washed and then forgotten about for like a day or two? And only flying cards from Justin. Give me a Rosie, right? That's what I'm here for that. Actually, I saw a fantastic video by my favorite, Neil deGrasse Tyson, saying that we probably will never have flying cars. At least not so long as we have driving cars. Because we already have the A to B, right? and it's I can't remember his argument for it, but it was such a good argument. I gotta pull that video up again. iRobot based off the Asimov book. Thank you, Riley. Thanks for correcting me on that. Jay and I have been talking a lot about Philip Dick, so that was stuck in my head. Idiots on the roads, right? And that's another reason, because people on the roads can't fucking drive. You want to give them a flying license? Are you kidding me? No. I'm gonna watch your lid and only say, well, fuck. Yep. Need a Rosie and a Baymax. I'm here for that story. I'm totally here for that. I was looking at my clothes in the dryer, hate how to wrinkle there and start over again. At least it's in the dryer, not in the washer where, you know, after 2 days it smells like mildew central. Yeah, imagine them all as pilots. Yeah, no. Are you satisfied with your care? Can I get a cuddle? I'd be here for that. I'm totally here for that. I'd be all about that. I think I bother my daughter too much with asking for hugs and stuff. Fucking drivers nowadays are turbos. That's one description for them. It's a very polite one. But no, I can't imagine giving the people nowadays a flying license. Oh God! Now, honestly, with the state of the world now, I have a hard time picturing people doing anything productive. But I maybe I just have a bias. Washing my kitchen, it's hard to forget. You're lucky that way, then. Graphic but polite, yes. FAA and stays stable is enough. Yeah. FAA? The Flight Authority. Is it the FAA? I don't think it's the FAA. But I know what you mean, Beta. Federal Aviation. Okay, so it is. Never mind. Federal Aviation Administration. Okay. Wish a platonic friend cuddling was more socially acceptable. With all the isolation we had over the last 4 years, could we just get some loving physical contact from people who care without it turning into something sexual? No kidding. No doubt. I mean, honestly, ever since COVID, and just, I think it's just along with the way that, like, my marriage is kind of thing, we don't have a lot of, you know, cuddle or physical contact or anything. And I mean, that's more of a thing for me. But I think also with the late life diagnosis, there's also a part of me that's like, don't fucking touch me, right? Like the only exception to that rule is Jasa. For Jasa, it's hug. Give me a hug. Dad needs a squish. A lot of people can't drive for shit. I hear where they get a flying license. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, parallel play. Parallel play is the thing. I'm all about parallel play. Actually, in a lot of cases, when we're in voice chats, that's what it tends to be. If it's not a body doubling, it's a parallel play. And it will be, and I'm going to pick on Chris, for example, because Chris and I end up spending a lot of late night time together. Is Chris will be playing Call of Duty, for example, and I'll be working on music. Right? So we're just kind of like body doubling, sitting, doing our own thing, not really saying anything, but just doing our own thing. Right? Shust and I do that all the time. There are a lot of people that do that. Don't touch me. Thank you very much. I cannot type all day and speaking is not much better. I cannot type at all today. Okay. That's okay. I can't read. See, I just proved it there. That works at college, trained small aviation mechanic, flying. Too strict to get the everyday Joe in a flying car, which is great. Honestly, that's a good thing, I think. Let's worry about, like, you know, space shuttles and shit first before we get to giving the average Joe a car. A flying car rather. Asking for a third dimension is trouble. Right? Agreed. I like lots of touchy, but that's me. And you know what? There are a lot of people that do, and that's fine. We're silent like 95% of the time. Yeah, exactly. Just doing our own thing. Dan, what did you do? Poke, poke. Oh, I see. You're poking the demon. You got the 13. The FAA makes me take says me taking ADHD meds means I'm not medically acceptable to use it. Yeah, I hear that a lot. People that want to get their flight license. Actually, I think that's something Moose is working on up here, and I'm not certain the ins and outs of how that's going to work. Because last I checked, he's on Vyvanse like me, but he's taking twice the amount that I am. Right? So I'm not 100% sure how it works up here. That would be a conversation I would have to have with him. Sit down on the sofa. No, well, yeah, okay, yeah. Don't do it anymore because I moved back to my hometown. Fair enough. Need to start body doubling again, but I always think awkward silence. But I always think it's awkward silence, not comfortable silence. That's, I think, Lenny, I think that is something that you kind of just have to like put to the side. If you can just think to yourself that, you know, if you're in a voice chat, and I encourage this for everybody, right? Anybody who wants to do body doubling and is afraid to use the voice chats for body doubling, don't be. Don't ever be, right? If somebody is in a voice chat and there is room for you to be in there, pop on in, right? Just make sure you know what's going on or what's happening if it's something specific. But, you know, like if you're gonna... Hello. I don't disagree with your name. Hello and welcome aboard. Anyway, but if you just go into a voice chat and sit there quietly, then that's fine. We have a lot of people that do that. Gonna go to bed now. Have a good one. You too, Dominica. Thanks for hanging out and having a chit chat and joining in. I hope you have yourself a great sleep and a great rest of your week. You're a big hugger. And you guys stop taking the meds, jump through the hoops, have an FAA. Psychiatrist and prolonging his diagnosis. Love how if you have mental health issues, getting therapy is cause for you to get your pilot's license revoked, but leaving it untreated is fine, so I've heard. Yeah. Don't do a lot of touch. Nighttime cuddles. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if you hate silence, don't force yourself because it doesn't get any less uncomfortable. I agree. Being behind the times when it comes to mental health. Honestly, a lot of places. There are so many places that are behind the times when it comes to a lot of the mental health stuff. The fact that a lot of companies have instituted that if you need to take a mental health day, that you can take a mental health day. The fact that that is becoming a little more of the norm, I'm all for that. I'm totally for that. I think it is long overdue. I don't think it quite goes far enough, but I mean, it's a start. It's a good place to start, you know? Music or a game or audiobook? Yeah. Being belligerent doesn't affect your driving privilege. Being neurodivergent. I'm like being belligerent. I've been belligerent to officers before. But I agree with you because I saw maybe a couple of weeks back there was a girl in Australia that was talking about that. Is it Australia or New Zealand? I think it was Australia. Where because she's autistic, she can't drive. But she's a later diagnosed autistic, right? But she's been driving for like, she was probably, I don't know, mid-30s if I was to guess. So she'd been driving for 15, 20 years already. And now she's diagnosed autistic. And now they're like, well, you can't drive now. Yeah, but I've been driving just fine for 15 fucking years. What's the problem now? Right? But I agree with you. I'm totally glad about that. Because, again, I've been driving for 30 years, just about. Yeah, about 30 years now. Right? Diagnosed ADHD all my life. Diagnosed autistic for a year now. Are you telling me that coming up on my next license renewal, which is, I think is next year, 25, and they're going to tell me that, well, you're diagnosed autistic, now you can't drive, right? Good fucking luck. I've been driving 30 years already. I'm better of a driver than most of the people out there. Because TISM, I follow the rules. So, so down and you get caught taking mental. And yeah, Gemini, it's total shit. I think it is just stupid. Going to school has a lot of mental health days a year. I love it. Yeah, Jay says, well, they don't question it. Ever since we got her on paper diagnosis and the teachers have that, they let it be. Someone mentioned the Lady Z stream last night. Both Australia and New Zealand. My wife, of course, just checked me. Nice. Thankfully, my real life pals are also neurodivergent, happily body double with me. Well, and that it's funny because that was the thing I was talking with my wife about too, is the fact that we kind of flock to each other, right? We come together, we seek each other out. This isn't fucking driving or anything like that. That's fair. Well, it sucks. Is that driving thing Canadian thing only? I'm talking about Australia story. And a hydrate for Gemini. Here you go. Remember, coffee does count as hydration up to 40 ounces. In fact, there is research saying, potentially saying otherwise, potentially saying even farther. Yeah, I was talking about in New Zealand and Australia. I think the video I saw was a girl in Australia. But who is it who just said that it's Australia and New Zealand? Crazy Fish Lady. Yeah. You can't immigrate. Yeah, that too. Right? So, of course, Nate, who's in New Zealand already, and autistic as fuck, he's already there. And he's already got his citizenship. So, I hope they don't deport you. Well, I mean, the selfish part of me hopes that they do, but that's because I haven't seen you in how many years? Not yet? Oh, just permanent. Right. Okay, sorry, that's what I meant. Just permanent resident. Just kidding. Disabilities. Mental health days are allotted to all kids, but just kidding. I can't speak to Jason's school on how many kids are covered in that. But I know that when she's having a meltdown first thing in the morning and we decide, fuck this, you're staying home because if we send her to school, she's not going to learn anything that day. She's going to be disruptive. She's going to be a distraction. And she's not going to help anyone. She can stay at home and she can do the important homework on the computer through the system that they have. And we're fine with that, right? We would prefer her to be there in person, but if she's going to have a meltdown or some shit like that first thing in the morning, we're not going to subject that to anybody else. Insanely unhelpful is a mild understatement. So you have a disorder that causes you to be potentially severely distractible. We think you taking medication that allows you to focus. A bigger danger than you not taking those medications, right? It is so counterproductive, right? That line of thinking. It's just, mind you, these are also the same people that are like, well, you're just taking meth, you're gonna get addicted. Question for you. I'm calling all of you out. Are you ready? Give me a 1 in chat if you are on meds and forgot them at one point in the past week. Some laws are insanely unhelpful. I just can't. Yep. And just for good measure, those are the number of times this past week that I have. So there's that, right? But yeah, we're so fucking addicted. 69, there you go. See what you did there. Laws, blockers are unaffected bad times. Well, I mean, as bad as I am is a relative term, in my opinion. 3 times. You took them a total of 3 times last week. Only on day 2. Ask me next week. There you go. Goodness, mine was only 1 day. I don't think I've ever taken my morning meds in like a week again. Yeah, I have got this thing here, right? Actually, one fuck up I did in the last week is I accidentally double dosed myself for the first time ever, right? But I've got this thing here. And I still screw up sometimes. I took actual fucking meth and didn't get addicted. Figure that shit out. Because that's how your brain works, right? I had people asking me, they're like, did you do any lines of coke when you were back as a DJ? No, I never did. But you know what? If I did, it probably would have calmed me down. And they don't understand that because of the paradoxical effect that stimulant medication has on our brains. Really happy I was on meds. My ear is weird. Nothing wrong with that. Said accidentally overdosed my heart rate shoot up. Oh, okay, Riley. In fairness, when I did, like, and it just occurred to me, like, as I was swallowing the pills, like, oh shit, I took these earlier today. New bottle of the bipolar meds. You're welcome. For the next half hour, my heart rate was, my heart rate spiked, and I was jittery. But after that, it kind of mellowed. My brain was still like all over. Mood, anger became super angry, happy became super happy. That's fair. Having a dossier box. Yeah, I think that's the same idea as what I have there. When I shared custody of Alex, I would always forget meds on. Said he was on at his dad's because it was breaking your routine, right? For me, in a lot of cases, it is all routine based. Thank you, autism, right? Everything is routine based. On the days where I have to take Jason to school, I try and run a routine down to the minute, right? I get her up here, have breakfast going, kind of thing. After that, take her meds, send her back down to get dressed, and then I'm at 5 to 8. I'm like, come on, get ready, it's time to go. I want to be out of the house at 8 o'clock to be there for 5 after 8, right? And there are a lot of times where she dilly-dallies and pisses around and has to pet the cat and whatever else. But yeah, I try and run a strict routine to try and make sure that everything is going smooth. And then that way I remember to take my meds on those days. Or when I remember to take them on those days. Sketch where you're learning his neurodivergent because of the party, doesn't matter all. So focus on Jesus. That's funny. The cat needs to be petted. It's very fair. So the best thing to do with ADHD was I can stick in a routine on my sleep, but through the weekend. See, that's something that I have such a hard time doing. Is the whole sleep thing, right? Like the revenge procrastination bedtime and whatnot, and that I have been on a night schedule since I was like 5 years old. My entire life I've been on a night schedule. My mom said that one of the worst things that I had was that I was a night owl when I was a kid, right? Like I would sit up and play in the middle of the night with my door closed and the lights on, kind of shit, until I got busted and my ass beat for it. But other than that, I have always been the Nighthawk. And for me, trying to change that schedule and yeah, exactly, Story. It's because I'm most productive at night. Because nothing and nobody else is around to distract me, right? Jason doesn't need me to come and help her with something or to cook food or, to help with the animals or whatever when it's the middle of the night and she's sleeping, right? And when the wife's in bed watching TV or passed out or whatever, she's not pestering me to come and do this, that, and the other to help with that. I'm most productive at night. And trying to adjust that schedule is hard, is really hard, right? Not to say that I haven't tried. I haven't tried recently. I haven't tried very hard recently. But I mean, if I was to try and adjust that schedule, it'd be breaking me off of my routine. And not just that, but then there's also a PDA element to it that I found out, which is I know that, when I get into bed, I can get to sleep relatively easy. It's the getting me to bed part that I have trouble with, right? I will be sitting here and tell myself, okay, it's 2:30, I should probably get up and go to bed. And then I have the other voice in the brain that goes, you don't tell me what to do. You just gave me a demand, so fuck you, I'm not doing it. And it's so hard to fight against that, right? My wife is slowly learning that she can't tell me, come and do the dishes without me sitting and, no, I'm not doing it. Fuck you. We need to come up with an idea for both of us. Yeah, we do. It's prime 100% unmasked time, unmasked alone time. Yeah. So, instead of late and sleep till noon on the weekends, I got a hell of a lot more weight, clear head when I can stick to the schedule. Hate it because I'm also most productive in the night and the house is quiet. None of those distractions, but blah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm on sleep meds with everything else, or I won't sleep for days. My daughter is the same way, right? Every night, part of Jace's nightly routine is I have to give her a trazodone in order to help her get to sleep. Otherwise, she will stay up all night. And even if we take all of the electronics away, she will stay up all night playing with Legos or drawing or whatever else. Zombette, have yourself a great weekend. Thanks for hanging. But yeah, same deal, right? Working through this and using a lot of we statements help fight off PDA side. Really interesting. Determined I'm simply nocturnal. It's always temporary. It's the same thing as a diet, right? Like, yeah, you always go in with the intention of doing it and sticking to it, but diets are not meant to be stuck to, right? They're only temporary things, and no. That's fun. Having a YouTube video in the background and going to sleep actually helps me get to sleep quicker. Like my brain doesn't do its own thing around. See, and this is why I have, even before my wife and I got together, was I would listen to comedy sketches that I've already heard 1,000 times. Then that way I'm not trying to listen for a brand new punchline, right? Then I just focus, I can half-ass focus on that, and then I'm just reciting the routine in my head. And to me, it's like comforting and puts me out. I'm gonna embrace being nocturnal. Okay, that's an extenuating circumstance, Jay. I just mean in general, right? The people that are like, oh, I'm going to go to keto, I'm going to make myself all better. And then they stick to that for like 2 weeks or whatever. And then they're like, and I'm off. Right? A lot of these diets are not designed to be stuck to. That's the thing. You go clean. I'll see you later. Thanks for letting me hang. Gemini, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Feel free to come on back and join us anytime. I stream like this on Sundays, Wednesdays, and every other Friday. So yeah, come and hang out. Randy Feltface recently done the drink. I saw the latest special. I mean, temporary until you're no longer alive. Yeah, like, I get that, right? When it comes to things like diabetes and whatnot, and you have to change in order to maintain being alive, I get that, right? You have to stick to those changes. Absolutely, I get it. And it's a bitch, and it's rough, and I totally understand that. But from a psychological point of view, who the fuck was it? Was it Forrest Valkai? I want to say it was Forrest Valkai. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it was either Forrest Valkai or Dr. Ben Rainey. It was one of the two of them. I swear it was. I'm gonna have to look it up. But they were showing the science behind it, right? And how these diets, and this is for the greater part, okay? So a lot of this is going to be very blanketed. So again, always take what I say with a grain of salt. But a lot of them are designed to be like temporary things, and that's the problem. Tempix, it should be a permanent change of lifestyle. Yeah. Dinner time, gotta go. All right, catch you later, Leonie. Thanks for hanging out. Glad to see you. You have to eat meat eventually, says who? You eat whatever the fuck you want. If you can do, like, okay, so one of the things that we had concerns about, quote unquote, was that because Jasa has always been very heavy into like vegetables, right? All the vegetables, all the fruit, and was going through a period where she would eat very little meat. The only exceptions to that really being steak, honestly, but that was, time and time again kind of thing. So we were my wife and I had concerns because we were going to have to like accommodate for a diet where potentially she was just going on a vegetarian diet. Okay, well, what can we do to make sure that we introduce things like protein and whatnot, right? So we were making sure that there were a lot of like potatoes and a lot of, you know, spinach and stuff like that for salads, etc., etc. You can absolutely, you know, sustain yourself on a vegetarian diet. How many people out there do it and tout about it and make videos on it, right? If it works for them, great. If you can make that work for you, great. Do what you're gonna do, right? You know, Jay, that's more his lifestyle, and that's fine. You know, good for him. Is it sustainable? He says it is. Then fucking A. It works for him, fantastic. Fads are just a bad idea. Keto is fantastic to get the immediate gratification and loss of water weight. Motivate you to keep going, but once you drop it off, the water weight is coming back. Yes, it is. Don't focus on weight. I think anything can be solved by losing weight. Yeah, right? Yeah, we would put you on meds, but you have to lose weight first. Who the hell was it I heard that from in the last year? Somebody was saying that. Doctor would have put me on meds, but I have to lose weight first. Okay, I'm not sure how your weight is affecting how your brain works, but alright, if you say so. Something we need night owls and morning people, however, society no longer fits that. Society does not fit a lot of things. Veggie, fish, dairy, and eggs. A lot of protein in veggies, yeah. Well, and Jason likes scrambled eggs from time to time. And actually, more recently, hard-boiled eggs. So there's that too. But not the yolks, right? She likes the whites. You can eat meat for a simple source. If you don't like beans, you can't be a vegetarian long term and be healthy because one of the nutrients in meat can only be found in the beans when necessary. What kind of beans do you mean? Are you talking like green beans, like the long green ones, or are you talking like legumes kind of thing? Full keto is not sustainable. I've had that argument with Blair more times than I care to think about. Or rather, I've mentioned it to him. I don't want to say I've had arguments with him about it, but I mean, like, I've told him. Because there are a lot of times my buddy will tell me, like, you know, I'm going to go back to keto. And I'm just, you know, I'm like, dude, okay, good for you, but it's not going to stick. And don't fucking beat on yourself after it doesn't stick. Staying away from refined sugars, dropping carbs, yeah. Galore can do dishes. You're welcome, Story Mage, for the body double. Have at it. He's actually from the dirt. Really? 24-hour economy does still require people to work those second and third shifts. Yeah. Think this out loud. Diabetes with gluten-free and go. Huh. What a lovely diet of cardboard you must have. That's gotta suck. Honestly, my dad is like hardcore diabetic, so the amount of adjustments that he has to make. And my wife may have a gluten sensitivity. That's something she's looking into more. Because she has some of the gastro issues. But, yeah, that's something she's looking into. Dad believes the reason kids get sick so often nowadays is that they didn't eat enough dirt. Yeah, mine believes that because you didn't go outside enough. So between our parents, I think we have it covered. So we need a nice diet of dirt and kale juice and a run around the block. Sounds like a plan to me. And by that I mean, bleh. Candy marketing being fat-free. Like, no shit, it's all carbs, yeah. That'd be like Twizzlers or whatever, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure they do that. Hey, it's fat-free! Although it is made in a factory that also handles peanuts, so they can't say peanut-free. Although, I may have, I think, my favorite warning on any package. My favorite warning label is on a pack of almonds may contain nuts. No shit. Probably says fat-free. Yeah. No, it's all fucking sugar. Of course it's fat-free. You're just gonna get fat. It's all refined sugar. Yeah, trust me, I know. The candy was fat, and probably be some tasty candy. I mean, it probably would be. I've seen warning contains eggs on an egg carton. Once again, no shit. Almonds aren't nuts.
These nuts?
Take that and like it. I am machine free, running around in 10 seconds. It's an insulin pump. There's seeds, I think, technically. I don't know, it was the first thing that came to mind. Oh, yeah, real quick, another reminder. Hey, if you guys want to have another rave, we're doing the fundraiser for it. I'm not setting a date until we hit 500, but all of the proceeds are going to the Ronald McDonald House and Fostering Hope Animal Rescue, which is a local one here, which we are fostering Goob right now. Gooberson the First, who is a delightful little puppy, and honestly, you can quote me on this, I'm actually going to say it. I'm going to miss him when he's gone. But I'm pretty sure he's going up for... They came in, one of the ladies, the other ladies from the rescue came and got him today to get some good pictures of him and then brought him back. So I think he's going up on the adoption page here right away. And it's going to make me sad, but unfortunately we can't foster fail another one for a couple reasons. One, we can't afford it, and two, we're at our cap for the number of dogs we have. The bylaw is you cannot have more than 3 dogs. Fosters, however, do not count towards that number. So if we continue fostering him until the end of time, that's okay. But anyway, yeah, if you guys want to have another rave, doing it right there. Exclamation donate will get you the link to do so. Top donator is getting $50 worth of merch at my shop, whether it be a jersey or a mug or a tank top or a poster or whatever. Flashback to my college years with my girlfriend. The alarm freaked you the hell out. Nice. Thank you, Jay. Nope, it's $50 American. Which, thanks for asking that. To clarify, yes, it's $50 American. Because Fourth Wall does theirs in American. So, don't worry, I'll eat the exchange. It's all good. But yeah, that's what the top donator is going to get. And so far, the top donator is the bus. So you got that to beat. You're wireless now? I like that. So trauma from IV problems. That's fair. But it sounds like a pain in the ass. Or in my dad's case, a pain in the thigh. We always called his beeper or his pager, because that's what it looked like. Right? As he's running one to the main vein in the thigh. Yeah. I've had to help him set up some of the software updates for it. I can well imagine. That's one thing that I try and keep an eye on for myself as well, because with my limited mobility, that's a concern that, I was told you have to have an eye on that. So, anywho. All right, let me see here. What has we got? All right. And Best Buy back on alert. All good for that. Life preserving device requires an update. Would you like? I've not been comfortable with that. Well, and of course, you're asking a boomer to do the updates on a little tiny device like this, right? So of course he comes to me, he's like, can you fix this for me? Yes. All I see when I open Facebook is the pictures of the moose. Okay. As in, like, Chris? Can I just stay in this room, please? Yeah. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, but we can make it work better. Yeah, but it's working fine as it is, so, like, just leave it the hell alone. Oh, an actual moose. Cool. Alright, whatever works. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but cool. Wish I could meet Chris. Well, and hey, come on out this way. We'll, you know, make it happen. Allergic to the glue that holds things. Ah. Band-Aid? Really, Band-Aids, huh? I just mentioned, there's a moose loose in your area. Oh, well, that will do it. That will do it. Because we don't see them too often. Ah. We don't see a whole lot of them. We see a shit ton of deer around here. Like, a shit ton. There are times where we have to be careful on the main roads in the city here because there'll be deer. Time for... Alright, cool. Well, yeah, red deer, of course. Yes, which is why this area was named that. A couple more months and travel back on the menu, cleaning up some last things, gathered in the house. Nice. Nice. Yes, it's true. It is true. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that they are fucking everywhere. Like, we have a lot of green space in the city here, like forested area and whatnot. And yeah, they hang out and like live in the forested area within the city limits. So yeah, seeing them all over the place, pretty common. But anyway, I digress. She's coming up on 4:30 here my time. So I'm gonna have to start getting some stuff ready for food and whatnot. Whitetail one, red deer are making their way here too. They're all over the place. Red deer is going to take you all over. New York City and encounter rats for my first time. I saw my first New York City rat when I was there. My wife and I did a just kind of a spontaneous trip there back when we still could. Back before driving across the border, we didn't need our passport in order to do so. Like 2011, I think it was. But yeah, we drove from, because she was out visiting her mom, so I drove across the country to go and get her. And then we went down to New York City and stayed there for a night. And yeah, kind of did the walk around back when I could still walk. Wandered around, like, you know, down in Lower Manhattan, visited Times Square. Went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Coming to Ottawa soon. I don't have any travel plans currently. Nothing is planned out. Though, I know an Ottawa trip would not hurt my feelings. Okay, I'll try and come down to harass you. Yeah, like I said, I don't have any travel plans currently. But I mean, that can change. But yeah, I've got nothing right now. But anyway, as I was saying, new game store in Rideau Center too. I've been to Rideau Center. Oh yeah. Anyway, so wife and I, New York. You know, we did like the street food and went and saw the Empire State. Like it was at night after we had dinner at Ramsay's restaurant. And yeah, got to see our first rat. And I was like, holy shit, that thing is massive. It's like the size of a small dog. That's my crew. I don't want to do that. That's fair. I'd love to, but poor. I mean, poor here too. Poor-ish here too. Eh. Either or. Hey, we did. That's why we have that channel. We've got the, you know, the Squirrel Con channel. That's the better side. Hey. Anywho, I'm gonna bounce on out of here, cause I gotta get some stuff ready for dinner and do up some clean up the kitchen a little bit. And Jason and I are gonna tackle the dishes and such. But As always, I want to thank all of you for hanging out here today. Don't bounce, it hurts. No, I can't bounce. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, smartass. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will be back here on Wednesday. So I'll see you then. In the meantime, make sure you drink your water and take your meds if you're on them. And be kind to yourself. Mwah. I love all of you. I hope to see you soon. Like on Wednesday, for example. And yeah, we are going to go bug Lady Z. Let's go blow up her chat and see what's going on over there. She's doing some more artwork. So let's go enjoy some artwork from Lady Z. I will see you guys here on Wednesday and in the Discord. Until then, ciao for now.
Stop pressing.
Oh yeah.
The fucking world's already